first question is, this is from a girl. She is born in a Muslim family, but she's no longer into it, and she had lost the contact to her family. And she's following me for a while, always asking questions about Sufism, because in her family she was told it's an evil thing. But she, she's like slowly, so. And she asked, what is the difference between a Muslim and a Sufi? Is there a difference, or is it an add-on, or what is this exactly? What is it?
Alhamdulillah, Bismillah, Rahman Rahim, Sallallahu Muhammad. This is a great question, because in my early days, I asked the Sufi Sheikh the same question. I asked the Sheikh, what is the difference between a Muslim and a Sufi? He said, a Sufi is a Muslim with a different intention. So the average Islam, or the so-called basic Muslim, their intention is to avoid hell and go to heaven. But the Sufi intention is to reach Allah. This is a totally different intention. We have most of the same practices, but our sole purpose is to reach Allah, or to return to God while still in the body. This is the difference. The ideology and the philosophy of Islam and the Muslims say that God is in the sky, but the Sufis say God lives in the heart of every human being. So these are the basic differences.
Okay, thank you. And maybe as an add-on for the question, is it possible to be a Sufi and not be a Muslim?
Yeah, that's...
You recall it? Okay, camera's rolling.
That's a great question. Another question, is it possible to be a Sufi and not be a Muslim? To me, that's like saying, is it possible to be a Krishna devotee without being a Hindu? So the basis of Sufism is Islam. But you see around the world, you see people who are practicing the Sufi doctrines, but not necessarily adherents to Islam. So for me, it's okay. If you want to do La ilaha illallah, do Zikr Muhammadur Rasulullah, and you're not all the way into Islam, that's okay, because the Sufi practices can open your heart to accept the practices of Islam. And Allah says in the Quran, when I want to do someone a favor, I open their heart to Islam. So I think the non-Muslim Sufi practitioners is a good place to start. It's better to say La ilaha illallah in your lifetime than to not say La ilaha illallah. And I don't care who you are.
Okay. So then the second question, let me just check on it. Second question is from a girl. She is, as far as I know, she is a Christian lady, like a little bit younger than me. And so she's interested in Islam and in Sufism, but she had no contact to it.
Okay.
Like, she lives in Germany, so where to go?
Okay.
And so she's asking, was heißt der Neuling?
Newcomer.
As a newcomer, how can I begin with the Sufi practice, or how can I get in contact with it, or what should I do when I, what is the first step? What would you recommend? And please let me just start the video. Okay.
Great question. This question is from a lady from Christian background in Germany who's interested in Sufism, and she's asking, where should she start? The first thing to do is to find a teacher. Look for a guide or someone who you trust that can guide you on the path, because Sufism is like taking a journey across the ocean. And if you want to journey across the ocean, you need a captain of the sea, so to speak, who can guide you across the ocean. But until you find a guide, you can start using the words La ilaha illallah, which is there is none worthy of worship but God. And from the inner meaning, it means Allah is the only one worthy of worship. I said that Allah is the only reality. And you want to recite this La ilaha illallah, and it will purify your heart. And when you purify your heart, it's going to raise your vibration to where you are ready for the teacher. Because we say in the world of Tasawwuf or Sufism, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Also, my email, sheikhsufi@gmail.com. If you want to ask me questions directly, CHEIKH, sufi@gmail.com. And we have a page on YouTube that you can see Sufi teachings on YouTube. But also, the lady whose page you're on, oh, maybe I shouldn't say that. Guess what? Julie is a Sufi. You might want to talk to her first. That'd be a great place to start, my friend. Okay, I let the cat out of the bag. She's blessing. But Julie is a Sufi, and oh, did I say that? That's the best place to start. It was the person you already know. I would ask her questions. Salam.
Subhanallah.
Oh, I wasn't supposed to put that out there?
You can.
No, maybe don't. Oh, maybe you can edit the video. I know you and your husband make videos. If you want to edit it.
No, it's really nice of you. So it's like, oh, I get embarrassed if you say that. Whew. Okay. Let's calm down. Okay. So next question.
Mm-hmm.
It's as far as I can see. Let me just take a look. Might be a woman. I don't know. It's a person I don't know yet. And
Okay.
she wants to know if you have. Was ist denn Einsamkeit in English?
Loneliness.
If you have any tips, if someone gets really lonely or feels loneliness in his or her heart, what could one do?
The first thing to know is that...
Okay, by the way, I need to start the camera. Okay, so.
Okay, Bismillah, this is a question about loneliness and what to do when someone feels lonely. Loneliness is an illusion created by your mind. It's impossible for you to be lonely. It's impossible for you to be completely alone because wherever you are, God is with you. There are many Sufi stories that illustrate the presence of the being of Allah with you, but also, do you know you have an angel on your right shoulder and an angel on your left shoulder? In Islam, we believe in the unseen, and there are many unseen beings who are always around you. So the idea of being alone and lonely, this is just a concept in your mind. And we learn from Buddha and Buddhism that 99% of our problems only exist in the viewpoint of our mind and how we see things. Like I can tell you, for me, the handle of the cup is on the right side, but in your viewpoint, it's on the left. So these concepts are only existing in your mind, just as loneliness is only in your mind. But also, if you're lonely, if you think you're lonely, why not just reach out and call a friend? That's a great way to just end it. Don't sit there for weeks. Oh, I'm so lonely. Oh, I don't have any friends. I'm sure you have at least one friend or someone you can call and say, hey, I'm tired of being alone. Let's have coffee or tea or something. That's my answer for loneliness. 99% of the loneliness is in your mind. It's not a reality.
Yeah. I mean, in Germany, it's like social contacting. It's really different maybe than in America. Yeah. Most people are really, I mean, they don't see anyone. They work at home. They spend all time at home.
Oh, really?
You know,
being like
there's no
physically alone?
Yeah, like they're really like, if you want to meet people, maybe you can go to the supermarket, you know? There's no community place.
In Germany it's different than just going to a coffee shop, meeting people. It's rare.
When you call someone, let's have lunch. I do that sometimes now that I'm back in the city working. People, they are very grateful, like, wow, you called me, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's rare.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. One friend of mine, he was awake the whole night baking pastries because as a gift, because I just went to lunch with him.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's amazing.
Yeah. So people are,
so human contact can be limited in Germany. Yeah. Sometimes.
So during my studies, I have the hobby, or I don't know, Vorliebe, was heißt das?
Weiß ich jetzt auch nicht.
I went to coffees And when there's someone sitting alone on the table, I ask him, can I join you? And just randomly started talking because I'm interested in people and what's their life story.
And it worked like that. So it was okay?
So, but the most people were like really, no, I don't know, maybe not. So
wow, some people were like, oh no, I don't know if you can not eat la. It's a different concept than in the West.
Yes, it's different here. People are shy. Most Germans are shy. So
all right.
If people here are lonely, believe me, they are lonely.
Okay, so we pray for her to find some friends or something.
Yeah, but it's good to remind her it's a mindset and
it's
you can
mental.
change
it. The possibility is still there, as you said. You can just go ask people, let's have coffee, and they will be very happy. It's just that nobody does it.
It's like really. It's neat. So the idea is simple, but nobody does that. Okay, so next question. Okay. Oh, can you translate? Because I don't know how to say it in English. Was hilft mir in einer aussichtslosen, schwierigen Lebenssituation?
What would help me in a situation where there's no way out and my life seems doomed?
Okay. What would help you in a situation where there's no way out and your life seems doomed? If you look at it in the viewpoint of a mountain has a peak and it has a valley. If your life seems to be doomed, that means you're already at the bottom of the mountain. Guess what? The only way to go from the bottom is up. So just take steps in your life toward thinking positive, looking at the outlook of, hey, I am at the bottom, but if you're at the bottom, you can't go any lower. So the only thing left for you now is to go up. They say a saint is someone who just stood up one more time than they fell down. So it's natural. Your life goes up and down, up and down, up and down. They say faith in God is like a ladder. Some of the steps are going up and some of the steps are going down, and it fluctuates. But whenever you're at the bottom, the only way for you to go is up. So try to think positive and focus on rising up from being at the bottom, because you can't go any further down if you're already at the bottom. That's my idea. And, there's something called the value in the valley. Out of the darkness comes the light.
And have you any practical advice how we can do it to concentrate on the uplift, or I don't know?
Yeah.
So what can we actively do to?
Yes. And if one technique is, there's such a thing called creative visualization techniques. And what you take into the sleep world is what comes out in the awakened state. So one of the techniques is, before you go to sleep, visualize happiness. Visualize what you want to see in your life. Visualize being at the top of your game. Visualize being happy, and visualize it to the point that you can feel it. And when you have this feeling of happiness, or you can visualize being successful, when you take that across the plane of consciousness into the sleeping state, it can go into your subconscious mind, and when you wake up, it comes into your conscious mind or your awakened state. This is a creative visualization technique that can change someone's life if they do it at night before they're going to sleep. So I recommend you, at the bottom, before you go to sleep tonight, visualize how you want your life to be. See it clearly. They say in some holy books, for the lack of vision, people perish. So if you can create a vision in your mind of what you want to see and just visualize that before you go to sleep, then go to sleep. And then when you wake up, day after day, you'll start to see that coming into manifestation in your daily life. It's a great technique for manifestation, creative visualization.
Okay, I hope it will help. Okay.
I love creative visualization.
Yeah, I love it too.
Yeah.
It's a good
and before going to sleep, that was new to me.
Yeah. They say you look at it before you go to sleep, you visualize it, and then when you go to sleep, because you had that feeling, The feeling is what takes it into the subconscious mind.
Yeah.
And anything in the subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind is feminine, it can give conscious mind, you're visualizing it, that's a masculine mind state.
Oh, please, can you repeat it?
Yeah,
because this was so interesting.
Okay, so everyone knows we have two levels of mind. We have the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is the masculine mind state. Whatever you're thinking about or visualizing in your mind, that's masculine. The subconscious mind is feminine in nature. So the conscious mind, the thoughts, can impregnate the subconscious mind, which is feminine, and from thoughts going into the subconscious mind, the feminine essence of the subconscious mind will give birth to it on the physical plane. The secret is feeling. You may repeat the same thought and want the same thing over and over again, but it doesn't manifest in your life. It didn't manifest because it didn't reach the subconscious mind, which is feminine. In order for a thought from the masculine conscious mind to manifest, you have to put feeling and emotion behind that thought for it to go into the subconscious mind. When you feel like I'm successful, you think that I have a happy relationship and you feel it, that feeling will push that thought to the subconscious mind, which is feminine. And once it goes into the subconscious mind, it's only a matter of time before it manifests on the physical plane. This is the secret of manifestation of thoughts and ideas from the masculine mind to the subconscious mind, which is feminine.
So cool. I love questions. I start to love questions.
Yeah. I tell all my students I love questions.
Okay, so there was one brother. He asked me about the symbol of the of the hand.
Yes.
And I just wrote him a little sentence, but maybe he would be happy to see you answering his question about the symbol. Like
yes.
When you,
so this symbol.
What?
Okay.
So starts.
Lights, camera, action. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Bismillah.
This symbol, you see Sufis in West Africa doing this a lot because this actually spells Allah's name in Arabic. You have alif, lam, ha, or either A-L-L-H. So this is spelling Allah in Arabic. So when you see people in West Africa in the Sufi order, this is not a gang sign. Gang. No, we're not in a gang. We are practicing Islam. And this is a symbol for the name of Allah in Arabic. Allah.
Okay, yesterday you told me some people do this.
Yeah, and the yogis who meditate. This is also in India and Tibet. This is called a mudra. A mudra is a hand position that is used during meditation. So whether they know it or not, the Hindu and Buddhist practitioners in India and Tibet who meditate like this, when they put their hands in this position, it's actually spelling Allah in Arabic.
MashaAllah. Okay, and so there's one
actual
question.
Facts.
Yeah, I cannot help it.
No, I can't.
There's one question.
No.
Yes, Allah. Okay.
So we use this sign in kinesiology. My God, why is it so hard for me? And it's meant for structure. If you have a problem with structure in your life, like structure is like the connection between heart, brain, and body.
Okay.
And you can find it. People will have stress when they make this. It's interesting. So it's from Chinese medicine.
Oh, they use this same position to reduce stress?
To reduce stress, yes.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah, to reduce stress and to find out the problem for the person is structure. So if it's stress with this sign.
Oh wait, that's this one. Okay,
So no. This one is structure. It's like if you have a structure problem in your body.
Okay.
If you have this one here, it means you have an emotionally problem. So there is a problem on your emotion level.
Okay.
And likewise, it can cure the emotion.
Yes, and it can cure the emotion. So if you meditate with this one, so If you have a problem.
Okay. This is the first one.
Yeah. This mudra.
And this is the second mudra. For emotional healing.
For emotional healing, yes.
Okay.
And this mudra is good for if you have a problem in your etheric or electric body system. If there's like a problem with the energy, you can find it there. So there's and this one is for
each finger has a different effect.
Yes, and this one is for Bach flowers.
For what?
For Bach flowers. If you put Bach flowers,
Oh, this one is for Bach flower remedies.
Yes. If you put.
Oh, yes. I remember. Okay.
Over your nail, like here, like not this, like this.
Like so.
Okay.
And then there's a problem with your. They call it transcendent body, the transcendent body.
For healing.
And this needs healing from Bach flower.
From Bach flowers. Okay. Bach flower essence is very popular in Germany.
Yes, but it's not only Bach flowers, it's like flower essences. Like you need the healing power of a flower.
Okay.
Power of a flower.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, healing power.
And this is in this mudra. Okay.
Mudras are very effective.
Yes.
They create different energy channels in the body. Circuits.
Yes.
Circuits of energy.
Yes. And for example, this one is for willpower. If you have a problem with willpower, when you do this mudra, I will test your muscle and it's like
okay, for kinesiology, muscle testing. Okay.
Yes, but you can also just use it. Just if you have a problem with willpower, you can just use the mantra.
Okay. It can increase your willpower. This one.
Maybe. Yes. This is. So if you put your middle finger into the middle of your hand.
Okay.
So they say the middle finger is the finger for anger, for wood. Anger. Middle finger is the finger for anger. That's the emotion anger is in it. And the middle of the hand is life power. It's like joy of life. And when you put the anger into the joy of life, then there's there's energy which is coming. This is
really the science of mudras, which we don't see too much in the West.
No, but it's so interesting. Mm-hmm. So I think to gain willpower, you have to do a little bit more than this. But maybe this is the door opener. Okay. Mm-hmm. I need willpower. So. There are a lot of more mudras, but these are the main important. So, the most important. Okay, now is the last question. Okay. My favorite question. When I read this question, I would love. The question is, why do you believe in God?
Woo. Without the belief in the divine being, this whole world is wasteless. It's a waste of time. Without the belief in God, being here for me would be a waste of time. What would you do? There's nothing after this. So if you go to a cemetery, you can see a tombstone that says this person was buried in the 1500s. They've been under the ground for way longer than they were above ground. Maybe they lived 80 years. They've been under the ground over 500 years, and you tell me nothing is happening to that person? The proof for the existence of God is the universe. The universe, if you look at the way the sun, the moon, the stars, the 9 planets are all aligned by a designer, there was a being of wisdom that made the 9 planets not bump into each other. Did you ever see the Mars bump into Jupiter? Did you ever see the Earth go out of socket and go into the sun? There is a wisdom behind the design of the universe. So where did that wisdom come from? The wisdom that designed the universe is the wisdom that came from God. The way the baby develops in the womb, you think that's an accident? The way it goes from 1 cell to 2 cells, 2 cells to 4, 4 to 8, the gestation of the embryo in the womb, that's a science. Who is the author behind that science? That is from God. So the fact that we exist is proof for God. One mystic said, I don't have to prove that God exists. Give me some proof that God doesn't exist. Where's the proof for God not existing? And then a comedian say, it's better to believe in God and then die and find out there's no God than to not believe in God and die and find out there is one. So for me, belief in God is another thing. You can have a mystical experience with God. And then from that experience, you will know that God is real. You can read in a book about the ocean. You might live in a place that's inland, there's no ocean there. You live in a desert, there's no ocean. You read about the ocean. Yeah, I heard about the ocean. You take a journey to the ocean, you see the ocean with your eyes. Oh, wow, look, there's the ocean. You won't really know what the ocean is until you jump into the ocean. This is how God is. A lot of people, they heard about God. A lot of people, they read about God. Some people, they saw signs of God working in their life. But when you have an experience of divinity, then you have certainty that God is real. So for anyone that has a question about the existence of God, don't take my word for it. I suggest you start walking on the mystical path in search of God until you experience God, then you'll know for yourself. That's my suggestion. Yeah, I have experienced God in multiple ways that I know that this being is real beyond a shadow of a doubt. Just like someone jumping in the ocean, you can't tell them that the ocean isn't real. I have jumped into the ocean of Allah, God, and experienced that being and know for a fact that this being is real. I mean,
thank you.
Alhamdulillah. Thanks for